Greetings, campers. This is our home away from home. Last 2 years we've owned it. We are, I think we were the third owners. It's a Winnebago Sightseer 34A, 34 foot long, 12 foot 2 inches high. I'm going to walk around the outside so you can see it. All the slide outs are in currently. There's 3 slides. There's a super slide right here. The tires, a DOT number puts them as 2015s. There you go. Sumitomos. Got at least like a 1/4 inch of tread depth left. Let me see if I can get something more useful. You can see down in there. All the tires are about the same age and wear. So yeah, you can see plenty of tread depth. That's more than 1/4. That's closer 1/2 inch tread depth. Okay, there's no visible cracks or any kind of dry rot. We've got plenty of storage on the outside for the super slide. The outdoor compartments slide out with it, which is nice. There's quite a few little creature comforts and tools and things that you're welcome to keep with the RV. If you want me to just clean it out, I will. Just let me know. Here's a door pad for wiping the sand off your feet before you get into the RV. Plenty of life vests to go around. Here we've got 2 water hoses plus a water filter in here. Sewer hose. We've got it is due for an oil change, but I've got a nice oversized oil filter here. And I think I might have the oil too. I can't promise that one, but I might have it. I've got 10 quarts of oil for some project in my garage. I think it's this. I have to check what it's for. We got 1 sewer line here. Never have too many sewer lines if you're an experienced RVer. 1 here with a see-through elbow and the extendable ramp to keep it flowing smooth. Got a washout there. Some extra boards if you get in a really rocky situation and you can't get it leveled. Although the hydraulic levels on it do a very nice job. And here we've got some wheel chocks, extension cords, and we've got a 30 amp surge protector here. Don't ever trust your campsite hookup without one of these things. Various adapters in there. There's a wall adapter in there, another extension cord, 2 extension cords in there. Right now I've got it plugged into shore power going into my garage. This little coupe's for sale too if anyone's interested. It's like driving a bolt of lightning. The last owners did intake and exhaust mods, and it's like driving a rocket. Okay, so here we got outdoor shower, auxiliary switch for your water pump if you're out here and the water pump's not on, you want to use the outdoor shower. Hookups there for satellite dish, cable TV. There's your water intake. Either just hook up the hose and go if you've got a water supply, or you can do a tank fill here, and there's a switch to do that. And then there's your black on the left, gray on the right for your sewer tanks. Miscellaneous gloves and adapters and RV toilet treatment. There's is yours to enjoy. Here's where you want to plug in your shore power when you're not plugged into your shore power. This is goes to the generator, of course. So on a super ultra hot day like it is today, if you really wanted to, you could run the generator while you're going down the road and have the top AC unit going. I think the gas tank is 75 gallons. I put a lock on it because gas prices, you want to protect your investment. Generators under here, and also because I'm super paranoid, a locking gas cap. So you got to get 2 levels of security. Here we go. Okay. Oh yeah, tires. Same kind of, really good tread depth left on both of these dually. I've got aftermarket TPMS installed on all 6 tires, so you can kind of see the one down in here. It's a little harder to get to. But they all hook up, and it just takes them a few minutes to get the reading once you fire it up and get going down the road. Tow hitch here, we have successfully pulled a Jeep Liberty, and no trouble pulling a small toad at all with this thing. You'll have to look up the rating yourself if you're going to max it out. Okay, so you can see the outside, we got 2 slides here. One is the bedroom, and another for the kitchen, and then you've got the awning that comes out around the kitchen slide out. Let's see, we've got more goodies in here. We've got a bike rack that attaches to the ladder. I've never tried to use it. Some kind of outdoor table there. We've got a nice outdoor picnic table back there. You're welcome to have. The fishing gear and the barbecue and stuff that goes along with the barbecue. Make an offer on that if you want it. Those are in pretty good shape, and you know, I don't know if you've seen charcoal prices these days. So if you want the fishing gear, including tackle, and the barbecue, including all the lighters, the stack there, and all the charcoal and the grill tools and all that stuff, just make me an offer on that stuff. Those are really the only things left in here that I'd like to negotiate on. If you want to keep, everything else is yours if you want it, and it's trash if you don't want it. I'll empty it out for you. So here's freshwater tank. The yellow lever will discharge and drain. There's your water pump. Got a spare water filter there because you know, you can never have too many of those. I don't believe the storage on this side comes out with a slide out. I could be wrong about that. Some do, some don't. Here's an aftermarket 3-ton floor jack. Thankfully, never had to use it on a trip. You're welcome to have it, and I hope you never use it. Never have to use it. Some more camp chairs here if you want. These are not in terrific shape, but you know, if you're going to have a large crew, we found it's very rarely you can have too many camp chairs, so you're welcome to have those if you'd like, or we will trash them if you'd like. Here we've got your propane. It's a pretty large tank. I forget how much it holds, and it's mostly full. I think it's 2/3 full, maybe 3/4 full. We can check the levels. Got a few electric panels here. Okay. David, would you go ahead and do the slide outs? We're going to see inside now. We've got the automatic stairs that come out. We leave them down. They'll come out automatically when you go down the road. Oh, battery storage. I've upgraded the batteries to golf cart batteries. And I also updated the inverter so that you can, if you want to leave these plugged in to shore power long term, you can. It's a smart inverter. It's not going to cook your batteries. And I've got a battery minder hooked up to the coach here. Right now he's using the shore power for electricity to run the slide out, so it's showing red, but that'll go green as soon as he stops using the slide outs. Okay, got entertainment here. Got rear view camera there. I've got a dash cam you're welcome to just have if you'd like. Got about 47,000 miles on it. Your hydraulic levelers, so right there. Pretty easy to use. It can take a little while for them to come up, so if you're ready to leave and you bring them up and one of them is still red, don't worry about it. Just give it another few minutes. It'll be fine. Height 12'2". There's the stats. We did take it to a CAT scale when we had the Jeep tote attached and get a weight on all both axles on the RV plus the tote. And I believe that is in the paperwork here. We've got all the paperwork in this giant bag, all the appliances and how to work all the systems. This is a nice little chair. It turns, I think it reclines a little bit. These captain chairs will swivel around when you're camped, so they can join the conversation area. Cabin view here. You've got privacy curtains. These will fold all the way around and block off the view from the outside. Okay, let's get back here and show the... Now we've got the slide outs extended both sides. So we got a futon here that slides out to like, I don't know, like a full size kitchenette. You can drop that table down between the two seats and then just scoot the cushions over. This cushion goes down, and these cushions just kind of scoot together to make another small bed. Let's see. Oh, I had replaced the fan. This is a nice fan. I'll open it up a little bit. Super quiet and very powerful. This will draw a lot of air. Yeah, you can barely hear that standing here, and that's on high. Real nice fan that we put in. Okay, kitchen sink. We've got, oh my gosh, we've got tons of paper goods that you guys are welcome to have, right? Never have too many paper plates, although we're pushing it. If we were able to have too many paper plates, we might be there. We got some plastic bowls and plates, reusable. If you'd like, you're welcome to have that, of course. Anything you see that you're just like, hey Ryan, just clean that out for me, and we're not interested, I will happily clean it out and dispose of it for you. So some coffee cups, some plastic cups, coffee maker, coffee filters, napkins, just a lot of goods for you. Paper towel holder there. You're gonna find these under counter lights just kind of all over this thing. Plenty of light. Under here we have another fire extinguisher. The first one's up there by the door. We've got a bottle of distilled water back there. That's for the batteries. I've only barely had to top the things off. This is a battery filler. It makes it real easy. Basically foolproof. So don't worry about having to top the batteries off. Those are real good batteries. Much better than original. Miscellaneous cleaning supplies. You're welcome to keep or ask me to throw away. Got a microwave oven here. Now we're on shore power. Let me skip to show you the panel here for a second, because the AC, it's about 110 degrees right now outside, so it's pulling a full 14-15 amps. So if my house circuit is only a 15 amp circuit, so I'm not going to demonstrate the microwave right now. So just keep that in mind. If you are on 30 amp, like at a campground, or if you're running the generator, feel free to run those at the same time. It'll be just fine. You can monitor your usage here, and it'll tell you. Here it says, oh, it's I guess it's a 20 amp circuit. Anyway, not going to run those at the same time. There is a master bedroom separate AC unit too. I would also be wary of running both ACs and the microwave, all three at the same time. You might just turn off the master bedroom unit to run the microwave. Microwaves draw a lot of power, if you didn't know that. So, got a little built-in knife rack. Got a range here. I think the piezo starter, the little click, click, click that makes a spark, wasn't. I don't know if it's broken, or if we just didn't know how to use it, or if we just had bad luck. But I keep a starter here, so you can use that to start either the stovetop or the oven. Not the most gigantic oven ever created, but it'll do the trick in a camping situation. You're welcome to these pots and pans. You can see the bubble wrap still on some of them. We haven't even ever used them. There's a griddle under here that fits the stovetop pretty nicely. We also, sorry, skipping around here, but before I forget, there's an electric griddle in here. You're welcome to as well. Or if not, just let me know. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here's a unique feature on this RV only. Is sometimes when you're going down the road, there's a little bit of a gravity lock here, but if you really hit a bump and you're turning at the same time, sometimes these drawers will come flying open. You know, even with the even though they're pretty well seated, just being level here in the driveway. So I put in these little latches. You just turn. Now there is nothing getting that open. I don't care where you're driving. That's not coming open. So I've got one more of these on the other pantry. But here's some more miscellaneous goodies. Unless you're moving from an RV and you already have all this stuff, you probably be interested in having power strips and hot pads and oven mitts and stuff. Just we're not upgrading to another RV. We're going overseas, so we're getting rid of everything. So you're welcome to have all these grill tools and things. Miscellaneous Ziploc bags, tin foil, plastic wrap. That one's empty. Okay. Now be careful what you put in this cabinet, because it gets covered out. It gets covered up by the slide out when the slide out is in. So don't put anything in this cabinet that you're going to want while you're going down the road. We generally keep it empty ourselves because there's just gobs of storage everywhere and we don't really need it. Okay. Let's hit the fridge next. So, fridge, typical of RV. I know some of the people watching this haven't used an RV before, but you can either have it on auto off or just gas only. So generally you just want to keep it on auto. And what this does is, if shore power is available like it is now, part of what's drawing this 15 amps is the fridge. Although the fridge is very efficient, right? So it doesn't draw a lot of power. But as soon as electricity cuts out, like as soon as you unplug it and get ready to go down the road, it will automatically switch over to gas. So it will keep your freezer frozen, it'll keep your fridge cool while you are traveling down the road. So that's a nice feature. If you've never had an RV before, you're gonna learn to love that. Otherwise, it's pretty standard, pretty typical RV fridge. Okay, this is the other pantry. I put a little lockout on. I actually wish I put some more of these on like the drawers under there. If you put anything heavy, those can kind of slide out, but that's usually not an issue. These are real good for canned goods. Sliding drawers on both of these. All these slide out. So canned goods and spices is typically what we kept there. Okay, so now we're getting to the little sink area and shower. This giant bag here is the RV cover. So that's how we've kept this thing in such nice condition. I'm not gonna lie, it's a tough job to try to do by yourself. Very tough job. It's not a replacement for a carport, that's for sure. But if you're winterizing it, you definitely want to throw the cover on. It'll help protect the roof, help keep tree sap off of it, make it a lot easier to get up and go the next camping season. So, sink, medicine cabinet, and the shower is surprisingly nice for an RV this size. I've had no trouble using this myself. In fact, I've preferred this to many campground showers. If you've never used an RV shower head before, it actually even has it says somewhere on it, like it will drip from here when you're done, because it's just kind of flushing, it's letting air through the line. So turn it on, turn it off, and it still will kind of bubble and gurgle. That's normal. That's doing that on purpose so it can clear the line out. Don't worry about that. To close this, open and close, I kind of lift a little bit to get it over that lip at the bottom, and then push and turn to lock it. Right now it's open. Now it's locked, so it won't fly open when you're going down the road. Oh yeah, and privacy curtain here. Getting in and out of the shower. Oh, I didn't talk about everything on this console. So, generator, just push this and hold it to start it. I don't know if you can hear that. You can probably see this display. It came on. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm gonna turn on the light. There we go. It's running. When it's running, it'll give you the hours. Total hours 356.1 now. It tells you your status, it's running on generator. Otherwise, it tells you kind of like where you're plugged in. And power statuses. These all have power now, so you're okay to use both rears and the refrigerator. And the refrigerator. It tells you all the circuits you can use. Switch between 20 and 30 amp load there. Thermostat for the front. Oh, and there's 2 water heaters. So this one underneath says heater 110 volts. So this is your electric water heater if you're plugged into shore power, especially if you're on 30 amp. Because obviously a water heater draws quite a few amps. You can use that. Otherwise, this is your gas water heater right here. So it's really easy to use. It gets real hot, so be careful. Do not put it on pure hot when you have the water heater running. This turns on the water pump. If you're not, connected to like a campground water source, if you're boondocking and you're pulling water from the tank, you want the water pump on. Levels test, you push this and it shows you, okay, so right now, black water is empty, gray water is empty. Fresh water, I think the fresh water is actually a little more full. Maybe that top sensor is out, I don't know, but it seemed, or it is bigger at the top. Maybe it's only about half full, that could be. Propane, this light's kind of flickering, so you can tell it's right at about 2/3. And then battery, full charge, of course. Okay. This is where the toilet is. Not a whole lot to say here, except the fan works well again. That's nice. You just open it with this crank. You can even leave it open because I put a cover over it. It's got one of those max air filter covers. So rain's not going to get in here. You can feel free to open this. We've got the AC on right now, so we don't want to leave it open. But you just push the fan button. And there you go. Keeps the stink out of the rest of the RV. A little cabinet for cleaning supplies, toilet paper. Make sure you're using RV and boat toilet paper. Do not use standard toilet paper. Just trust me on this one. I haven't had it happen to myself personally, but I've read enough horror stories. This little Swiffer you can have. Toilet, the way it works, if you never used the RV toilet before, is you push the lever half down and it will kind of fill. I don't have the water pump on. Let me turn on the water pump. That's all there is to turning on the water pump. It's on. Okay. Now if I kind of halfway hold this down, it will fill the toilet a little bit. It is a good idea to tell your kids and whoever's using the toilet to fill it a little bit before you start using it. And then you push it all the way to the floor. Flush. And there's a little... my wife says this is purely a cleaning the toilet tool, but I know better. That's a bidet. You want to use as little toilet paper as possible. Tell your kids about the bidet attachment. It's actually really nice when you get used to it. Turn this off before I forget. There we go. And finally, the master bed. So right now the slide out's out. Those pillows are actually extenders, so it's not quite a full-size bed at the moment. But if you just slide this out, so I'm sliding it towards me. I don't know if you can see that right now. And then you drop these here. Then you put your bottom sheet over that, and you're now at a fully full-size mattress size, and there's still plenty of room to walk between here. Don't leave it like that when you put the slide out in, because it won't fit. When the slide out in, it goes all the way up against those cabinets, so you want to make sure that the bed is tucked all the way back up against the window before you put slide on it and take off. So quite a bit of storage here. I think all these are empty, except in here there are some auxiliary fans. There's 3 of them, and they just plug into these outlets right here that you see around the RV. and they'll help keep you cool at night if you need. There's like a little safe here. If I open the middle one, I think it automatically turns on the light. This is bolted down, so if you got any valuables, you can put it in the ammo box and lock it. Just, this is where you hang your clothes. If you got anything, I don't typically camp with anything nice enough that needs to hang myself. Little ottoman there, and a desk, a little mirror. All these windows work about the same. That just latches and open it like so, and at the top, I can show you, there's a little latch there. You just gotta flip that latch in, and then it goes back down. And then there's 2 levels to the blinds. They're just tension blinds, so you just pull down on it, and that's like a translucent effect. There's another level to it. You can pull down, and it's more of a blackout. It's not pure blackout, as you can tell. There's still some light coming through, but it's a lot darker with the second level engaged there. You got another TV system here. We've never really used this one. There's all sorts of hookups for satellite. There is an antenna. I should show you that. Oh, real quick, I did upgrade the slide out controller here, so I didn't bother making this pretty because it never really bothered me to have it like this. Is your slide out controller. I have the old panel that fits here. It's in the drawer by the kitchen. If you want it to look prettier, you're welcome to use that panel and just cut it out around the switch, and then you'll be done. I don't really care to tackle that honeydew project right now. We've got aftermarket carbon monoxide and smoke detectors. These are the 10-year detectors. There's one here. There's one there at the front of the coach. Yeah, okay, this lever is your TV antenna. I have used this. It gets over the air signal just fine. Don't forget you have it up when you start to drive off. And boy, that's about it, unless you guys think of any more questions, or I can walk you through some of the stuff on the dash. This is not all obvious. Radio is pretty standard. There's not an aux input, but I have some goodies in here you're welcome to. One of them makes it an aux input with one of these fake cassettes, so you can plug in like a headphone jack kind of input if you'd like. Okay, oops. You've got auxiliary heaters here. That runs the rear and rear heater, low and high. And the auxiliary fans are these guys up here. One there and one there. That's pretty self-explanatory. So the aux start, momentary switch. So if for some reason your battery tender over here doesn't come back green, or the battery dies or whatever in the coach, you can actually start this from the house batteries. So if you ever need to do that for whatever reason, basically give yourself a jump start. That's interesting. So doing any mountain driving, you'll need to know the next 2 switches. This is your overdrive. So overdrive is an underpowered top gear that saves gas, but it's not good for hilly situations where you need a little more torque. It's under torqued. So regular flat driving, you'll leave that on. Mountain driving, you'll switch it off. Grade brake is reverse. You'll leave it off unless you're doing mountain driving. Then you want it on. What that does is simply when this is on and you take your foot off the gas pedal, it will really help use the engine to slow you down, so you don't have to ride the brakes. You don't want your brakes to overheat. So that's about it. Oh, heated mirrors, I've never needed. And that's about all the features I can think of. So if you got anything else, just reach out to me on Facebook, and I'll answer any more questions you have. So happy camping.